Dave, you got a great one. One of the best legend guards from New York City that ever did it. When I say ever did it, top 10 easy. We got Jamal Walker. Cardinal Hayes, best. One of the best from Cardinal Hayes. Xavier, Musketeers. We got Jamal Walker here, so I'm gonna let Jamal tell y'all some stuff.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, what's up, man?
House. This is my man, Mouse House. I appreciate you having me here.
Good to see you, man.
Always good to see you.
I couldn't really wait to get you here, and so we could talk.
We talk all the time, though.
Yeah, but we talk all the time, but it's good to be right here with you so we can talk hoops, so everybody in the world can really see, so they can catch up and all that, and I'm really here just to give you your flowers and all that, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you always show me love. I appreciate you always, my brother. My man Sean in the background, he's showing me mad love. My man T Mac in the building showing me mad love.
Shout out to T Mac.
Yeah, and Jackson Projects.
That's my guy.
Shout out to the Bronx. The Bronx showing me mad love. So I gotta give love back.
Yeah, we in our backyard, man. It feels good and all that.
Yes, sir.
Be back, man.
Yeah.
So Jamal. So we want to just take it from the top. How you started? How you got into basketball? when you learned the game at.
So
what made you into the game?
So my mother introduced me to basketball.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But the reason it was that way because we grew up in Patterson.
Oh, okay.
Patterson Projects.
Okay.
Obviously with Tiny, being the best. So they was part of our family.
Tiny Archibald.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's part of our family. So obviously my mother wanted to be in basketball. So she got me with Mr. Page somehow.
Oh, okay.
So Mr. Page was the guru, of basketball and
Mm-hmm.
teaching fundamentals. So I think I was probably 6 years old when I went to Mr. Page.
6?
So
Wow.
at 6 years old, Mr. Page had me and developed me. And I was playing in the park,
Oh, okay.
in the gyms,
Mm-hmm.
anytime I had to. I just felt right in love with it as soon as I started playing. So fundamentally though, Mr. Page taught me everything.
Mm-hmm.
Feet work,
Mm-hmm.
how to shoot, how to dribble both hands, not just one hand, left hand, and how to be strong.
Okay.
Not strength with weights, strength push-ups on bricks, upside,
Bricks.
Chinese push-ups on the wall, you stand on the wall. He was showing us all type of techniques that you could just do in your house. You know what I'm saying? And obviously running, having stamina.
Workout.
So yeah, he was keeping jump ropes with a heavy rope. He used to make us run around the gym with a heavy bag, a boxing punching bag on our toes, and that helped with your hops. He had so many different stuff that you should regularly do in the gym that you wouldn't even think would work, but it was unique. It was definitely unique.
And then after Page, after you picked up all this from Page and Mr. Page,
Yeah.
did you do anything to work on your game yourself, when you was a little guy?
Yeah, well, I played a lot. It wasn't Ataris, it wasn't ColecoVision. You knew about that, but you couldn't play them.
Yeah.
It wasn't Nintendo and all this stuff that you had. You went outside, so everything was honed outside. You know what I'm saying? So when you go outside and play, you learn. You learn by actually doing it, and either you're gonna get busted up or you're gonna do the busting. You know what I'm saying? Fortunately, I did a lot of busting, but I got busted up probably. But I didn't get discouraged. I learned from it because I'm playing with older guys like yourself, your brother. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I grew with a whole bunch of guys in Patterson. Bobby Jones, Ronald McCanns, Larry McCanns, the whole McCanns family nation.
Shout outs.
All them. Chip Jones, excuse me, that's Cincinnati.
Chip
Adams, that's Cincinnati. Good Jesus. Chris Green, you know what I'm saying? Derek Robinson,
Yeah.
Charles Chisholm,
Wow.
Andy Saxon, Nemo Saxon,
Those
so
guys-
Mike Nimhart. I remember all these guys. I was grew up with all those guys, and they was older than me, so they took care of me. But obviously, when I'm playing against them, I'm gonna get tougher. Even with Rod. When Rod used to brush me, Rod will still tell you I never beat him, but we played all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, it was just good to be around older guys and learning, but developing at the same time. I learned even when playing against you, you're gonna do things that I could watch, and I'm gonna go out here and do it. So, and it builds your character, and it also builds your your posture because you want to be good.
Yes, one thing I remember about you coming up and all that, I don't know if you remember this. I think when you used to go to the store, you used to bounce a basketball
All the time.
onto the
Yeah.
store. So that's within itself. That's like a workout. You know
Mr.
what I'm
Page
saying?
had us doing
Yeah.
tennis balls.
Oh, tennis.
So
ball.
tennis balls, you know, to get your handle, get your coordination right. So then basketball, if you had a basketball.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't remember buying a basketball ever. I don't know how I got basketballs, but I always had a basketball.
And the crazy part about it, like a lot of these guys, young guys, you know, when they talk about Jamal Walker, when they mention you,
Yeah.
like one of the first things that come to their mind is like how you handle the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they say your handle
Yeah.
is just like
Yeah.
off the meat off the meat rack.
Mr. Page used to have us doing drills. I still used to teach the drills. I still teach the drills to this day. If I'm ever training people, I teach the same drills that I do, ball handling drills. They were basic.
Okay.
Basic controlling the ball with your fingertips and, you know, going back and forth with it. But the controlling the basketball, how the ball feel in your hand. And I remember I used to have to mirror Charles Judy.
Judy, yeah. Jesus.
So like Jesus, I used to have to mimic him. So mimic him meaning it's the Page to have him against the wall, and I would be on the baseline with him.
Okay.
So he would be dribbling, and I have to follow everything he do. So I remember this to this day. I had to follow everything. So Junie was older than me, so I knew he's faster. So in order for me to develop, I had to follow him. So that was my first, you know, understanding, you know, handling the basketball. But I always did it. You dribble the ball, you don't hit the cracks on the ground. You try to avoid the cracks, and you try to shake your shadow. Remember that? You try to shake your shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna shake your shadow, but you trying, right? So everything was just basic.
And then, like, as you was playing, like, coming up, did you have any favorites, like, you were watching, like, say, like, you know how, like, some people, like, say, oh, I like Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
or whatever. It's like, you ever had any favorite players,
Yeah.
even if they was,
Yeah.
like, street ball players,
Yeah.
like,
Always.
who you looked
Well,
up to,
like I say,
and try to add a little bit of their game to your game?
like yourself,
Okay.
you know, Mike, your brother,
Okay.
and then Daryl
Cool.
McCall. You know, say they used to beat me and Daryl up, your brother Daryl up
Okay.
all the time. But for me, you know, with watching TV, I always watch Isaiah Thomas first and foremost.
He was different, yeah.
Isaiah was
one of my
always
favorites.
my guy.
He was one of my
So
favorites also.
it was just like watch him because he had handle. He wasn't fancy. Remember, he wasn't fancy. He wasn't doing all that and one stuff. He was just back
Basic,
and
yeah,
getting
but
buckets.
Yeah, he was.
And that was my
straight to the
main
point.
thing. I wasn't going to be doing all that stuff and not be able to get a bucket. You got to be able to get a bucket.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
finish.
saying?
A lot of
Gotta
people
finish.
they do the handle and all the other stuff, but
Yeah.
to execute the finish, to make
Gotta
the basket,
finish.
some of them was lacking on that,
Yeah.
and that's part of the execution. Is, you know, to get that, you know, the ball in the hole and all
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? So that was very important.
And I remember I finished. I'm trying to play against, like I said, Bobby Jones, Derek Robinson, you know, Rudy Outlaw. I forgot about him.
Oh yeah, Rudy Allen.
Eggy, I forgot Eggy's last name. Kevin, I forgot his last. Man, there was so bunch of guys that I had to play against. Larry, even with Larry, me and Larry, you know, get to my week. Man, Mr. Page had a whole bunch of guys, and we
So
learned.
he was around a lot of
Yeah,
good group of guys
Yeah.
that help mold your game and stuff to look at and make it party. But I got one. So how was it like moving along, like going to the prestigious school, Cardinal Hayes?
yeah,
Because I know you was one of the best in Cardinal Hayes ever. One of the best, and a lot of good guys. You had Jimmy Black,
yeah.
you had
Avalon.
Jamal
Avalon.
and Avalon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how was it?
Vern Driscoll,
Yeah.
Vern Driscoll. You probably remember Vern Driscoll. Yeah. Them guys was real good. Like I said, even before that, like I said, I was always, like I said, growing up with those guys taught me a whole lot. So you talking about I went to PS 31,
Oh, okay.
and from 31 I went to 183.
183, yeah.
So for somehow, some way, we go from 31. Mr. Page goes from 31. Then we go practice at 183. So you talking about I was already ready to play. You know what I'm saying? By being around all those guys, playing in CDY, playing in Rucker, playing in Gun Hill, playing. Mr. Page used to make us for the stamina, right? Used to make us walk to our. So we walked from Grand Concourse to gyms, you know, in Stone Gym. That's the Riverside. That was like by Columbia University, Stone Gym.
Yeah.
Intercession. I don't know if you heard of Intercession Church.
Yeah.
So that's where I used to play at. Mr. Pace had us playing Biddy, so we used to go. So I'm gonna age myself. It used to be 5 seconds in the lane. That's how long we young ago.
Yeah.
They used to always put extra baskets on the rims and lower the rims for us too, for me and Larry. You know what I'm saying? So we used to play on those type of rims with our age group. So we was above, you know, playing with older guys, but when we played our age group, they lowered the rims, and we were killers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we had a lot of support.
On a little
Yeah.
ramp,
Oh
you know,
man.
like-
And then you go to the block.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because even when I'm going up to Patterson, you know, I played on the block a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think I moved to Jackson. I went from Patterson to Jackson to tenements. Went from Patterson to the tenements, of course, from Michelangelo into Jackson. I think I moved to Jackson around when I was going to, I want to say 6th grade. I don't know how old it is, 11 years old or 12 years old. That's when I was around all y'all. You know what I'm saying? But before y'all, I was, you know, building. But Mr. Page, and then from Mr. Page, I went from Mr. Page to the Riverside Sun Devils. Riverside Sun Devils, we had a, that's one.
Playing on the Coach Don?
No, what's his name? Gilbert Earl,
Okay.
and what's my guy's name? He's with Rod and Kyrie. He runs Rod and Kyrie's tournament. Oh man, that's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
But he was doing that, and he took care of it. They took care of it, and then from Riverside Sun Devils, that was called Small Fry. So from Riverside Sun Devils, then I went to the Gauchos.
Okay.
So once Dave McCollum got me,
But I got one for you.
Yeah.
Because this a lot of people want to really know too. Like that big game that we all was anticipating, like the game when you was on Cardinal Hayes, when you played against Kenny Anderson. I mean, like the matchup was crazy. Can you elaborate on that game?
that team was no joke first.
Yeah.
They beat us, I mean, we still keep each other. Ramses, Tone, Tink, Obi, myself, and Ramses. Jamal Mashburn was a freshman.
Oh,
So
wow.
Mr. Murray didn't really play freshman. But that year that we went, over Candido Rivera, that year that we went, Kenny Anderson was some beasts. Now for some reason they got past talent because Malik Sealy and them, they was hard to get by. You know what I'm saying? But we got to the tournament, and obviously it was anticipation because Kenny's, you know, he was only a sophomore and he had ability. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I didn't worry about it. It's like I said, because we gonna play.
Yeah.
Plus, like I said, playing with the Gauchos, he already knew what it was, and we all knew what it was. So it was a good situation. It was good for me because, you know, I got to show that I can really play. But like I said, we didn't win. It was good to go to the city championship for Cardinal Hayes because Cardinal Hayes, you know, even though we had good players, we didn't go too far.
But I know that game. You showed out.
Yeah, I played well. I played okay. We didn't win. That's my
I know
thing.
that's the main thing.
That's the main thing for me. We didn't win.
I mean, like far as like, you know how like the lady said Showtime. It's like, yo, you went into Showtime mode.
I like being able to have that opportunity and let people see what they see. But like I said, if we didn't win, I don't worry.
Yeah.
I want to win. I'm a winner.
We was there, and we was like, yo,
Yeah.
boy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
block
like,
support.
yo,
The block supported it definitely supported. But yeah, I got the Cardinal Hayes, and you know, I think I played Cardinal Hayes. You had to play freshman, JV, and varsity. I was ready for varsity, but my coach didn't think I was ready for varsity. But I enjoyed having to take the steps. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of my basketball was, like I said, Rucker and Citywide. I mean, I played that forever. You know what I mean? Mount Morris Park.
So I felt playing in those two leagues.
Let me tell you something. I didn't know how big it was until, you know, you actually, because people talk about Rucker, right?
Yeah.
But they talk about 155th.
Yeah.
We had the Rucker for the kids and all us.
45th.
But that's 145th. Sometime I started out at Mount Morris Park.
Oh, okay.
See, Mount Morris Park used to have all the Rucker stuff.
Oh, okay.
So, and that's how long it's been.
Okay.
And I think we won. I don't know if we won Biddy League or something like that. That 1 year, I think it's probably 78, 79, something 80. It's probably the 80s, whatever. But that's when I was playing with Mr. Page.
Okay.
So I played in Rucker with Mr. Page. Then once I got with the Gauchos, you know, that was sky's the limit. We was traveling and everything.
So with the Gauchos,
Yeah.
was you in that game when they played against the Russians?
Yes, I was part
Tell
of
me
that game.
about that game.
It was good because of the neighborhood. The stories I hear, because
Yeah.
obviously I was in the game,
Yeah.
but the stories I hear was that the traffic was stopped.
Yeah, it was.
Because we built the Gaucho gym, and matter of fact, we get the Gaucho. I'm part of the first, you know, group that was in the Gaucho gym.
Okay.
So built the Gaucho, I think in '86 or something like that.
Mhm.
I think we played the game in '87. So think about that. So that's a big deal.
Mhm.
There's only one side. So think how crowded it was if there's only one side of the seating.
Who were some of your teammates on that team? At the time?
Obviously me and Arnold Bernard, that's my backcourt partner.
Okay.
Darryl Reed, Billy Singleton, Jonathan Duck, got rest his soul.
Mhm.
Carlton Hayes, got rest his soul.
Oh, wow.
Andre McCullough, Vaughn Drew, Rantis Kelly, which is my high school teammate and brother for life. You know what I'm saying?
What's up?
Cornelius Mullins. Am I forgetting anybody? I said Billy Simpson, right? I said myself, right? I said Cornelius Mullins. Yeah, that's probably it. It was, but we had a crew. Our crew wasn't like Arnold explained to me. Our crew didn't have any All-Americans.
Okay.
We was all city.
Okay.
I was all city, Arnold was all city, Billy all city. Then Billy was probably player of the year at Stevenson. Jonathan Duck was a grown ass man back in the days, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Beating up with everybody. But the Gauchos, we had so many players that even Dave was excellent. Dave McCullough and Dave Jones and Fred Neal, God rest his soul too. And then, like I said, Lou, who was running it when I was there. Them 4 men, you know, obviously with Mr. Page being my main guy, them 4 men definitely looked out for me and helped me develop, be a ball player. But
shout out Coach Dave McCullough.
yeah, that was great. But the Russian game, I didn't know how big it was until like about '88 because they said that crew was the Olympic crew.
Yeah.
Now I do remember me and Arnold we had to run with the Olympic torch. We didn't know how big that was. We ran around Manhattan with the Olympic torch, the official Olympic torch. I don't know who has a tape.
And y'all won that game.
Oh yeah, we won it. Yeah, we was gonna win that game because we had too much. Like I said, it was big, but we was too fast. You know what I'm saying? And everybody played well. Arnold played well. And I think Billy hit some shots. I hit some shots. So, but the block, the block loved it. So that was the Bronx. Yeah, the Bronx came out. So
yeah, we came out.
That was good.
Yeah,
it was beautiful.
That was big. I
yeah,
mean, and that was just big for the Bronx. Not only for the Bronx, that was big for New York.
Yeah,
because you have someone coming from another country, coming to New York, coming to the Bronx, to play a game, and it was like. All the news
and they was whipping people. They was whipping people. They was big.
Yeah, they had a great team.
Yeah, they had a great team. I wonder if none of them players did anything. I just would wonder. I don't know their names.
So it was strange.
Yeah, but they played overseas. They played pro ball early.
Yeah.
So like we play outside early.
Yeah, we
older guys, but they playing pro ball early. So and I think there's stuff like clubs and stuff like that, but it's different. New York basketball is different. I don't care what nobody say. You talk about Chicago, Chi-Town, you talk about Detroit, you talk about California. New York basketball is different.
So if any player you ever like say, sometimes if I'm playing against somebody that I always wanted to play against or whatever, I get up for that game. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you want to be flowing. Like I want to play. Is any other player that you face, or it's like, I know you bring your A game all the time or whatever. Is any game that stand out like you say? Yeah,
Nah, because not for me because I was a team guy.
Oh, okay.
What I did was like when me and Arnold was always in the back.
Yeah.
So it was like, yo, we're not letting them bring the ball over half court. That was our goal.
Yeah.
Don't let you get over half court. So, and that was major for us. Being the younger we were, just you're not gonna bring. We wanted to terrorize, folks by saying you're not gonna be able to score on us. You're not gonna be able to bring the ball at half court. But for me, even when I played outside, like even with your brother, me and Darren, you know what I'm saying? We was gonna try to tear everybody up.
Yeah.
We ain't care. We just wanted to play hard. And we was trying to, and then like I said, y'all didn't let us play. And if we did play, like I know I got him before Darren. Tell Darren that I got him before him. So if y'all did play and we didn't, if you messed up, you ain't gonna get on the next run. You know what I'm saying? You gonna go get your son do and you go sit and watch. I ain't want to sit and watch. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to play, so you had to represent. So it was the tutoring you get in the block was love.
So how you got recruited for Xavier? So that's a big program right there. So how it came about? Like how did they find Jamal?
Okay, so Dave McCollum and Lou took us to Las Vegas.
Okay.
That crew Goody. I forgot Goody. Little Goody. Billy Goodwin's brother. Yeah, he passed away too. So they took us to Las Vegas, right? And we had Sweets on the team that year. We took them to Las Vegas. So Sweets, everybody's coming to see Sweets, UNLV, let's say Las Vegas. So for some reason I played well one game and Pete Gillen happened to be at the game. So once Pete Gillen saw I was at the game, I think I had MVP that game because every game you had an MVP for the game. So I played good that game, and then he called back. I guess he had a relationship with Coach Murray.
Okay.
So that's how that happened. But it went through the Gauchos.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't getting that much playing time at Cardinal Hayes.
So how Pete? I mean, he called.
He
you?
came to the block.
He came
He
to the
came
block?
to the block, B, with his ring because they wanted
to the hood?
he
To the
came to
hood?
the in the pissy elevator, came up and sat in the room with my mother in the projects, B.
What?
Yeah, it was love. It was love. You know what I'm saying? And he told me this was out of his mouth. It was going to sign me regardless because I didn't pass the SAT, ACT
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Cardinal Hayes was good for me, but I wasn't a good test taker. You know,
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
But yeah, so he was going to take me regardless because he saw my ability. You know what I mean? So, you know, that happened to work out. You know, once I, got to Xavier, and that was a big deal because, my mother didn't have to pay for me to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? That was more important for me than anything to get a scholarship to relieve the financial pressure from my family because, you want to, you want to get out. You want to get out and be successful. You want to represent the hood. I always wanted to represent the block.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Up and down Morris, up and down Cortland. That was my block.
So that takes me to the story game when you played against Georgetown, where they had Montembo, Dikembe Montembo.
Rest his soul. Yeah, he just rest in peace.
Lonzo Mourning.
Yeah, and my man, rest in peace, Dave
Edwards.
And then the two guards, Dwayne Bryan and John Tillman. John Tillman was the player of the year.
Yeah, and this is in the NCAA.
Yeah.
This is like the big dance.
Yeah.
This is like that when they have the NCAA, that's like March Madness.
Yeah.
This is big.
Big.
So like always, we was locked in.
Yeah.
The whole neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Marley's playing. Jamal Walker. So we right there. You know what I'm saying? we right before I got a show out and all of that.
Yes.
And you didn't let us down
No.
and all that because yo.
I told him. I told the team, my peoples is watching. You ain't got to worry about nothing.
Yeah.
Because I knew y'all was watching. I think it was on either, I know Channel 7. Channel 7 I thought was the NCAA. We have to recheck it. I think Channel 7 or Channel 2, whatever. We only had 4 channels, right? 9, 2, 5, 7.
Yeah, something like that.
And Channel 11, WPIX. I remember that.
I know
So we had all the stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause I don't remember if it was cable or whatever, but I know we.
No, it was national. It was national.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
national. It was the second round. It was the second round.
So how you felt like that game?
That
like,
was- Let me tell you something, man. I played a lot of basketball, right? And politically, let's say politically, right?
Okay.
They think that's the best game because that's when Xavier got. Basically, they think it's on the map. Yeah. But my freshman year, listen, let me tell you a story. My freshman year, we got to NCAA. We played first round, Danny Manning.
Danny Manning.
Yeah.
Kansas.
What happened to them?
Kansas.
They won the chip, 88.
Yeah.
My second year, sophomore year,
Mhm.
the first game of the season, guess who we played? Louisville. You know who Louisville had?
Yeah, Louisville.
Purvis Ellison, all the big guys, Kimbo.
They had a lot of sandwiches on that team.
Yeah,
They had a lot of sandwiches.
Bradford Smith.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they had a crew.
They had a crew.
We beat them.
Wow.
Last second, I came down, they tried to press me.
What?
If you see that game on
Why they tried
YouTube,
to
you'll
do
love
that?
it. My junior year is when we played Georgetown. First, we had to beat Kansas State. Beat Kansas State. The biggest deal about that game, you're in the dome, RCA dome. It's 40,000.
Wow.
I don't know how many was it. It's probably 40 to 60. It's in between. I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you get 40, 60 people? The guards hold 18, right? The high school gym's what? 700, if that, 1,000, if that.
Like that.
42,000,
That's like,
and then TV,
yeah.
and then you playing against the Beast from the East and Mr. John Thompson, God rest his
Everybody
soul.
watching, hey. All the basketball
What?
heads is watching. We all watching. You know what
I
I'm
ain't
saying?
feel no pressure, but guess what? I know
You
that.
at the popcorn like
Hey.
this, yo. Jamal Walker,
I know I was coming back to the block. I know that. I said I ain't going back to the block with no L. I know that much.
And we
Yeah.
appreciate it too, because
Yeah.
I mean, when you won the MVP against
Yeah.
that game, you gave the block.
That's right.
You gave Jackson Projects
Yeah.
a shout out, and
Yeah.
that was big, man.
Yeah.
A lot of us, we really appreciate that.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
because,
love.
You know,
Yeah.
it was like somebody coming like from our hood that's representing like us. It's like you one of us. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was really big.
I knew it too.
And just to watch the game, I mean, I can remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I won a few plays.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah. But if you go watch, pull up that game, Georgetown against Xavier. What's the year?
90.
1990. Pull up that, and that's a doozy. You pull up that, that's a doozy. One thing that really stood out in my head was like you was coming down middle.
Oh, Lord, don't start
Oh man.
Yeah, he missed
Tyrone Hill was trailing. You went playground. You went in the hood with it. You know what I'm saying? You came down and
threw behind my back.
First
I threw it behind my back.
Yeah, behind your back.
Then I threw it through my legs on national TV.
Yeah, and
he fouled.
He wasn't ready for that.
Oh, my God.
I wish I was at the end of that time. I would be waiting for that. You know what I'm saying? We know that.
House, let me tell you something.
Yo.
Tyrone, he was, like I said, NBA, big hands.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't agile, athletic. Derek Strong, I played with all these pros.
Yeah.
Derek Strong was athletic, agile. The person that should have caught it was my guy. He wasn't there yet. His name was Tyrese Walker. And then Aaron Williams. Remember Aaron Williams played with the New Jersey Nets? He played a bunch of teams, but his first team, Aaron would have caught it and did something crazy because he was left-handed. He played in the game. Matter of fact, he's the one that made the last shot when I missed, got the rebound.
He was something like a freshman.
He was only a freshman.
Yeah,
he's very raw.
Yeah.
But if I threw that pass to him, he would have caught it.
Yeah.
But Tyrone got
When you did that, I was like, yo.
The block was bad, Tyrone.
I was like, I must say he in the park and all that with that. I said, you must feel like he in the park.
Yes, sir.
You must have been feeling like, yo, you was in your zone and all that.
That's what I'm feeling. It. You feel it. And you know what? That game there, they wore me down.
Yeah, because you had David.
Dave played well.
Because I think he had transferred from.
No.
Well,
he went there first, then he transferred to Texas A&M.
Okay, that's what that. Yeah.
The thing about Dave, me and Dave played together, you know, in All-Star, some game, some camp we went to. So Dave was my man, but Dave was very good in high school.
Yeah.
Dave was getting 47. So when he went there, that was big. New York guys don't go to Georgetown. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They don't really go. So when he went, Freddie Brown.
Yeah.
So he was in blood. But the issue you had with Dave is that he could shoot. We let him shoot. So when you look at the tape, it looks like, you know, I'm leaving him open. We told to leave him open. You know, you're going to have to miss some of the time. So he started hitting that joints. So, but they said, stay where you at, don't, because we had to collapse on Mutombo. And you don't want them to get off. Somebody's going to get off. You don't let Dave get off. Let him, and then it wore his butt down, too, at the end, because he missed every foul shot. God rest my man's soul, but he missed every foul shot to keep him in the game. Yes.
And I just remember, when you went to Xavier. Xavier, right? You came back. I will never forget.
Oh, Lord. What I do?
You know how we used to get up early and play ball?
Yeah.
We playing 21.
Yeah.
Right?
Was I finished or I was done with school?
Nah. This is like you just got to Xavier, and so you had came back. You know how you
1 year?
home and all
Okay,
that, right?
yeah.
We playing 21. I remember like it was yesterday. Me, you, Hub, God bless the dead rack. And we playing 21. I remember the ball came off the rim. And you went straight back up backwards. I just looked at Hub around. We looked at like said, yo, this dude is different and all. I said he came back with some bunnies. So I said, yo, he's strong and all that. And then I remember you put the arm on it and you ain't moving. That's why I always remember that you show you put the arm, you ain't going nowhere.
And I got that from Xavier. Tony, he played at Dayton University. Tony, if we look his name up, a guard. So we used to play with. So at Xavier, we had a agent there, and he used to bring all the pro guys in. So I got to play with pro guys, Louisville guys, all over. You know, so they used to come and we run at our gym. So this one guy, Tony. What's Tony's last name? I want to say, he played in the NBA. But anyway, I tried to go by him. He's like, nah, young fella, he put that thing on me. This is my sophomore year. So he put that thing, he said, you got to get in the weight room. And that's when I started lifting weights. So when you start lifting, you don't want to lift to be built, you want to lift to be stronger. So more reps. So man, he taught me that stuff. So that's what I started doing. I started doing that everybody else.
You showed me, I was like, yo.
Yeah.
I said, I was like stuck and all that. You know
so, and then listen to this. So he taught me that to lift weights. So, and then who else taught me was Rod. Rod told me I couldn't get by him. Now I'm fast as hell. Yeah. And Rod told me how the NBA teach you how to play angles. So that's when I had learned that other step, the mental part of it, when you give what the person is giving you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you got to learn that mid-range game. Because you can't go, like I wasn't trying to be a three-point threat. Yeah. You want to be honest with me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna make it and be honest. But you want to make sure that, you know, if a guy's going to back up off you, make him pay.
Yeah.
Like they say, when a guy's backpedaling, always attack him because he ain't gonna be able to stop. One person not gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you finish. I'm always about finishing. I always had to finish. So yeah, so I learned from a lot of people.
And then, you know, I started thinking back on, it was a tournament.
Yeah.
Actually, you was playing with me, and I was
Yeah,
playing coach.
yeah.
It was in the KC New Balance.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna never forget this game. We was playing against Stu Barnett. It was me,
Really?
you, D-Rob. You ain't gonna remember this game.
Okay.
Because like I said, sometimes, you know, you get in the zone.
Okay.
And I remember your brother Treat
Yeah.
got to it with Stu, and we just was like saying, yo, bust his ass,
Yeah.
Jamal.
Yeah.
Yo, the game started,
Yeah.
Stu was on you. You did something with the ball, like, you know how you going.
Yeah, yeah.
Stu was like looking for you, like,
Yeah.
you know how you shake somebody so bad and they don't know where you went?
Yeah, yeah.
We was like, the crowd was like crazy. They was like, yo,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And Stu wasn't no pushover.
No, Stu.
You know, Stu,
Yeah.
Stu, you know, he went to Wyoming and all that. Stu could poop and all that. He had ups and all
Stu,
that.
shout out to
But
Stu.
yeah, shout out to Stu.
Yeah.
Stu Barnett, what's up, my guy?
Yeah.
But that game was crazy, man.
Yeah.
And you know, it was packed. And that was another game that stood out, you know, for me and all that. And that was right in our backyard.
Yeah.
And like I said, I mean, like the handle, man. It's like I said, when people think of Jamal Walker, like, because you know, I have a lot of conversations with people and all that, because I was from that era, and so they always ask me about different guards
Yeah.
and all that. And I said, yo, y'all gotta look up Jamal Walker, and I'm gonna see, you know, you're gonna see the difference, because I mean, like, you know, from a guard that plays a point guard, that's like a junior. You gotta know how. You can't just play basketball,
Yeah.
like you said, it's a mental part. You know, you got the technical part. You got to know how to play. Like the point guard is like a quarterback.
Yeah.
You got to make the guys around you better.
That's
For
right.
instance, I'm saying because you play Xavier, like look, and you kind of responsible for the guys that went
Yeah.
pro. You got Derek Strong.
Yeah.
He went NBA. He was playing with you.
Yeah.
You Tyrone Hill. He went pro. He's playing with you. The guy
I'm gonna add you to. I'm gonna add you. So
Yeah.
listen, I played with all my guys that I played with scored over 1,000 points. So think about that. So I played with Byron Larkin. He was a freshman. Obviously, he was a great scorer before I got there.
Yeah.
But I had to play with him.
Yeah.
Then Stan Kimber was a great scorer. He got Tyrone Hill, Derek Strong, Brian Grant. Remember Brian Grant?
But that's how I met
Brian
Brian
Grant was a freshman. He was a
Brian
freshman
Grant.
when
That's
I
how I
had
met
him.
He was named.
Then
Yeah.
Aaron Williams. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
all those guys is in the Hall of Fame that's here.
Yeah.
So, like you were saying,
Well, you
understanding the
famous
point.
Xavier
Yeah,
too?
I am too.
Okay.
Yeah. But understanding the facts of playing ball, first and foremost, with the Gauchos is about winning.
Mhm.
Who think about basketball now? How these kids be having their parents at the game. We ain't had parents at the game. Ain't traveling.
Yeah.
So our pressure, we ain't had no NBA pressure.
Yeah.
Our pressure was the block.
Yeah.
Yo, the block is gonna talk
Yeah.
bad about me. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go.
Like,
We didn't have no
You didn't
internet.
go to the block like
House.
You didn't show out.
House, we ain't had no internet.
No internet.
So guess what?
Internet.
When House said, "Yo, you ain't do nothing," he was at the game.
Yeah.
If Sean said, "Yo, he ain't represent," he was at the game.
Seen with his own
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
Now you get some guys said, "Well, I heard,"
Yeah.
because you know it was funny. I remember I used to call the block. Where's T at?
Mhm.
Ask T. I think I used to call the block. I used to get on. I used to get on the guy at the school. One of the guys. I take his phone number to a third party call. I call the neighbor. Remember the neighbor payphone on the corner by the mailbox?
Yeah, those
Hey, what y'all doing? Yeah. What y'all doing? Blah, they blah. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of networking we did.
That's what we did.
Everything was either phone or you had to be there
Yeah, no
and you
internet.
heard about it.
No internet. It was like, you know,
Yeah.
that's why a lot of this stuff is like urban legends.
Yeah.
So when you look, that's why we here like kind of today to give this guy his flowers and all that, because he was definitely one of the best legends in New York City. You know what I'm saying? You can look up Jamal Walker, his name, you can look up his stats and all that. And then I had listened to one of the interviews he did. They said he is the best guard that played in Xavier ever so far. So, you know what I'm saying? So far.
They
That's-
gassing it. They
yeah,
gassing
but
it.
that's
We
what
had a
they
lot
that's
of
what they
guys.
said. Like,
They
you know,
gassing
so
it.
for right now, until somebody else come and prove different. You know what I'm saying? So but within itself, that's big. You know what I'm saying? For anybody even to mention you in that
Yeah,
light-
you want to have a when you leave, especially when you leave New York,
Yeah,
you cannot go somewhere and not represent.
yeah.
So I think I left I think I changed a lot of culture in Xavier University, meaning that, you know, when I got there, street ball, but you had to play organized basketball. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when I got there, I was already ready to play.
Yeah, they say you was a
Yeah,
big-time
I was
player.
already ready to
Like,
play.
it was like a,
You know, the lights and all that
must-see
stuff.
TV.
Yeah.
It was must-see TV.
All that lights and stuff
Yeah.
didn't matter to me. You know
Yeah.
what mattered to me? Winning.
Yeah.
Winning. You know what I'm saying? Not,
Yeah, W.
it was about the W because, like I say, it was going to be about the respect factor that you going to come back to the block,
Yeah.
and they're going to talk about you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Because we got your Mark.
Yeah.
What's up? You know
What's
what
up
I'm
with
saying?
that? Yeah.
I remember when we had the tournament, it was at Maryland, and the dude was like, yo, get your more, man, get your more. I said, yo, here in Cincinnati. They flew you in.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. They flew this guy in just so he could play. You know what I'm
It was
saying?
love.
I was like, oh, man.
That's why I come back to. That's why I come back to the block.
That just right there, in itself, letting you know that he was like must-see TV.
Mm.
Now you see like the ball players that tell you might heard of Bone Collector, cross country, and all that, but he was like before that. If you want to see some stuff, kids, you have to do your homework. Do your homework. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't stop there.
You know what I like? You know
Other
what
people before him, but like in his era, he was must-see.
You know what I like is that
Mhm.
each block
Mhm.
had their players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every block had their players, and so now you get an opportunity to just talk about your play and your block. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But the thing about it, I travel.
Yeah, that's.
I travel.
Yeah.
So if you go out, like I said, I played everywhere. So if you played against me, you either felt it or you didn't. I don't get that
Let
many.
me cut you.
Yeah.
So how was it playing in Japan? How you like?
Oh,
to
you know what? I didn't really think that I could play overseas. I played overseas for 1 year.
Yeah.
But when I went to Japan, I think we did a week.
Okay.
The flight is long and stuff like that.
It was a feeling.
But it was good because you had different competition.
Yeah.
But we won the whole thing. My team won the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was gonna win.
Yeah. that's
But
what
they
you
didn't.
said.
That didn't set me up for the NBA.
Oh, okay.
You thought you thought you was gonna get somebody in the NBA. The NBA was so political back then. They cut down the rounds.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You really had that. Xavier wasn't a big time school, so I didn't have that type of resume.
Mhm.
But I know I could play. I had an opportunity.
And then I even heard like, cause cause your handle was so nasty and all that. I heard the guy,
Globetrotters, yeah.
coach you and all
Yeah,
that.
the
What you tell
Globetrotters.
them, Marty?
No. The funny part about it is that I had an opportunity to go play overseas.
Okay.
I did an overseas camp in Chicago.
Mhm.
And Miles, let me tell you the story. So, some dudes, probably a dope boy back in Cincinnati. I'm in Cincinnati. Xavier's in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So I met my dude, Drago, and then probably a dope boy. I can't remember that. Oh, it was another dude. What is his name? Oh, it's another dude that went. So we was going to the overseas camp. When I got to the camp, it was, okay, Vern Dawson. He was at Villanova.
Mhm.
He's at Virtual Dawson.
Okay.
He was at Villanova with Dwayne McClain. Remember Gary McClain
Yeah,
brothers?
Did McLean to get
So
McLean,
Dwayne
yeah.
McClain and Ed, Ed,
Yeah,
Ed,
yeah,
Ed's
yeah.
family,
Yeah.
because of Billy.
Mhm.
So for some reason, Dwayne got a liking to me.
Mhm.
So Vern Dawson got a call from, you better look at this Jamal Walker kid,
Yeah.
right? So Vern became an agent and got me in this camp.
Mhm.
I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't ask questions, people drive me around. So I get to this camp and they talking crazy, like, there's one spot, it's an overseas camp, but there's one spot for the Boston Celtics.
Mm.
But it's going to this guy named Sean something,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
What spot went to? Jamal Walker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now that's one, I could brag about that. I told him something.
Yeah.
I told him something. So I got an opportunity. And the thing I liked about it is that like you said, now I'm thinking about it. When I got that opportunity, so I took it from the dude.
Mhm.
And then when I got to Boston,
Mhm.
what's the kid, I can't remember his name. It was a kid from UC that went, but it was a couple of the guys that was there
Yeah.
that was under the old agent I had.
Mhm.
So I had a fire under me. I was gonna tear their butts up. So I got by and I got taken to the summer league camp.
Mhm.
So once I went to the summer league camp, you go from summer league to the veteran camp.
Okay.
I got hurt in summer league.
Oh wow.
Yeah, then I just got tired. I was burnt out.
Yeah.
And like that. But I started out. I got a tryout, a BS tryout with Chicago Bulls
Mhm.
when they first won the first championship.
Wow.
Who they was gonna bring? Bill Cartwright was on the team.
Wow.
So that's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
But I got to met Phil and got to met the GM that everybody don't like. They sat me down and said, "Get out of here, go back to go." They said, "Go use your degree, son." That's what he told me. Then I went to Cleveland Cavaliers with the main guy from Brooklyn. What's his name? The point guard, the main guy, the coach. They got all the winning. He got the winning records at Cleveland. He's from Brooklyn. You should know him.
He's the coach.
Yeah, he was the coach. What's his name? The head coach at Cleveland Cavaliers. Got a lot of records in the NBA.
So he's a player too.
Yeah. He's from Brooklyn. Yeah. I just can't remember the time.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So you remember?
Yeah.
So he had me in there, and it was only one spot. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that was gonna happen. And then my best year was with the Boston Celtics when I went to the Boston Celtics camp. Walt Berry was there.
Walt was there.
Yeah, I got
Shout
to see
out,
Walt.
Walt.
So yeah, and then after that, I just said I'm ready to live life. You know what I'm saying? But I played a lot of pickup basketball. Started teaching basketball. Started teaching camps. Started teaching kids in Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? But it was a great run. But New York built everything. Everything's from New York.
Yeah, I think it's embedded in us. Like like once you played and you enjoyed the game, like from youngster up, like it's like we just always be like tied to basketball some kind of way. Like how you said you went into coaching, working, with the kids. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like basically it's like a way of giving back.
Yeah, no doubt.
Giving back.
No
You know
doubt.
what I'm saying? Because your travels, your journey and all of that. And you have a lot, to pass on. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of knowledge, all that that we pass on. So
The thing about it, and also the thing about it is that it's hard to really duplicate. Because like I said, we went outside.
Yeah.
Like I said, if T was in the house and Troy was in the house, come on downstairs. You know what I'm saying? Play. You know what I'm saying? Mouse and Mike, they on the court.
Yeah.
We gotta wait our turn, but we gonna have to wait. If you ain't wait, we gonna play. We playing on the one courts, and then the big court, you had to wait your turn, so you gotta take your looks on the
And
other.
not only that,
Yeah.
and if you didn't really have game, it's like you got next after next after next. You might have the 30th next and all that. Like
Go upstairs, watch the TV.
You
come back.
play with that is and all of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I was in that, bro. I was in that, bro.
So you really had to have games,
Yeah,
man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo.
Yeah.
It's like when you came on the courts, it was like basically like war. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like we play with pride.
Yeah.
It's like,
we friends, but on that court, I'm trying to tear you up.
You know what I'm
and then we're
saying?
gonna get a slice in the soda.
Oh,
Nigga.
yeah. We're gonna do that. But on that
Slice
court,
the soda.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We like, it's serious time.
It's
now. You know
serious,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Game
It's
face on
serious.
because nobody wanted to lose.
Nobody wants.
You know what I'm saying? And nobody wanted to get showed up. You know what I'm saying?
That too, the respect factor. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about internet, what it likes. It wasn't even about girls, really.
Nah, we was just like
Yeah,
the
but-
basketball was the girls. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's why I brought up like when you're little, you bounce the ball
Yeah.
onto the stuff, and because I did that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like that was something, and you wouldn't even really think at the time that that's really building your game and your handle. You know what I'm saying? Like you just going to the store, going to Pioneers, bouncing the basketball, buying what you got to be, and got the groceries in your hand, going back to your mom's house, just bouncing the ball. I remember you used to do that. I was like, this dude comes from the store, you bouncing the ball. I said, yep. And all along, that's a skill set.
Little stuff. You bouncing the ball over the chain.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Over the chain. You know what I'm saying? Craziness. You just do it crazy.
Like how you said, Mr. Page, he taught you a lot, but that stuff is still like self-taught, like
Yeah.
stuff that you do.
You got to do it
Things.
because we did it.
Yeah.
You ain't watching the internet and then you going, what's that thing? NBA 2K.
Yeah.
They think they think
Yeah.
they really shooting a three.
Yeah.
We ain't had
My
threes.
son, he think they
Yeah.
nice with that.
We ain't no threes.
Nah, we ain't not.
You go to the bar high. You gotta go to the bar high.
Look, what you like, what, 5'10"?
Yeah.
Something like that? Look, I'm like 5'6", 5'6". If we play, I don't even remember really shooting jumping. I wanted to do everything everybody else did. Going to the hole, I'm like, yo,
Going to the whole finger.
I want to, I'm
We didn't call
my way
it.
through. I'm
We
going
didn't call
to
it
the
jelly.
hole.
We call it dipping it.
Yeah,
We had to dip it.
that's
Yeah.
what it was about. It wasn't shooting threes
No.
and all of that, because to me, that's like, all right, you open, of course, you shoot the three, and you wanted to go in the juggle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want to mix it up and all that. And I think, and that takes a lot of heart that builds, you know, confidence and all that stuff, and it's more challenging. Like when you play, and it's more competitive. So that's how, I mean, you know, basketball
Competition.
evolved, it changed, the
Yeah.
game changed and all of that, but at the, you know.
And everybody didn't get a trophy.
Yeah, nobody, yeah.
If you playing for trophies, like I played for trophies.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I ain't come in second place a lot.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My first trophy, 76, 77, citywide, I didn't get to play. They came back in second place trophy. I put that trophy somewhere else.
Yeah, we like to get the second place.
I will give you a long story. I remember I playing on UCLA, 145th, University of Queensland Avenue. Mr. Page. We was playing against the Bucks. The Bucks, they were Harlem team. Tony, who was his name? Oh man, I forget his name. But he's still coaching the Gauchos somewhere else like that. We was playing against the Bucks. Mr. Leroy's team.
Yeah.
Chip, playing in the Chip now, on 45th. So you know that's biddies or whatever. I don't know biddy man. I don't know all that stuff, but we were young.
Yeah.
I don't know who was on my team, but I know I was tearing their butt up. They had a player named Lucky. He only had one arm, but Lucky was a bad boy. No, he was a bad boy.
Yeah.
He's bad. He's still Lucky school. Harlem cat.
Yeah.
But they beat us in the Chip against Mr. Page. I got the MVP.
Wow.
You get that in Rucker. You get MVP. You get sportsmanship. Second place gets sportsmanship. First place get MVP. I did so much work. I got the MVP. Lucky got the sportsmanship. And that year after that, you couldn't tell me nothing. Once I got the Gauchos, you couldn't tell me nothing. Then once I got the Gauchos, then me and Arnold. I think me and Arnold played junior high together at 183. But once me and Arnold got together, it was always Jamal and Arnold. Arnold and Jamal. Arnold and Jamal.
I remember the time, like people was like kind of scared.
Yeah.
They
didn't want to. They didn't want to.
guard you. It's like, yo.
Me and Arnold,
I
we
never
terrorized
felt that. I be like, cause to me, it's like a challenge, but they like, I ain't calling Jamal Walker. You know what I'm saying? Let me get him. You know how like you be playing and somebody can say, yo, you get him. I got him.
But
like,
that's because
you get him.
But that's because we played with older guys. So when we played our age group, we were like grown men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was a different animal. And like I said, ain't no internet, ain't no video games. You know what I'm saying? It was none of that stuff. You had to go outside and play, and you stayed outside and play.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you go in the house or
From
We
daytime.
went in the house
to the night.
Now we did go watch Kung Fu flicks. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Channel 5. We had to go watch the Kung Fu, and I had my chicken wings and French fries. You know, I had that. You know, I had that. You had the chicken wings and French fries. You know what I'm saying? And I used to make sure T and them always had peppermints in their pockets and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, that stuff. But we grew up at a good time. Hip hop.
Beginning.
You know what I'm saying? The beginning of hip hop, the jams on the park, all that stuff. But basketball did it. Oh, you took me. You took me to my first concert.
Yeah.
You and KG took me to Public Enemy.
Yeah,
Studio 54.
Yeah, we went to
Studio 54. Took me to my first concert. Yeah.
I ain't gonna talk about the restaurant after we went to eat and all that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We went to the restaurant and all that.
We did
But
something.
we didn't pay. I remember you was cracking out. You was cracking up in the street and all that. You was on the floor cracking. It was like daybreak and all that.
Really? I was thinking like
Yeah,
that.
cause you know,
I was a bad influence, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna fuck. I was like, yo, we out. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I think we went to the House of Pancakes. They don't even call it that no more.
Yeah.
It was AHA.
Uh-huh.
So you know, it was.
Oh,
man. But, you know, it was innocent. We was young and all that. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they got enough food anyway. AHA is not missing anything. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all. But we had, like I said, growing up, like I said, it was a wonderful thing. But
different-
basketball got me out of the hood and brings me back to the hood. Once you make that phone call, Sean said it, and once T told me, I ain't got no choice. As a matter of fact, T was on the phone, right? And he picked up the phone, and I said, "Who this?" He got, "Yeah, right. You better know who the fuck it is." T a bully, man. Tell him I said it. He a bully.
But I was always gonna get T his props because you know why?
Yeah.
Because he stayed on top of you. It's
Yeah.
like you know how somebody can put the battery in your
Yeah,
back, like
yeah,
you know, like you want to do this and
Yeah.
all that. He ain't gonna let you sleep on it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So which is a good thing.
T done grew
Because
up.
Always
T done grew
need
up.
somebody you know to
That's my man.
motivate
That's my
you.
man.
You know
I
what
always
I'm saying?
love
Yeah. So you know. It's
T and Garfield, my
big
people.
things.
Yeah. I remember T had me.
Yeah.
I can't remember. T and Garfield had me in some party, some black tie party. I can't remember, but they had me outside You had me outside. Y'all had me doing stuff.
Every time you came home,
Everywhere. I don't even know how I got places. I never knew how I got places. I didn't know how I got back, but I got back.
We had to get the Cincinnati out of you. We know you was all that. You know, we come back to the
Troy had me places.
You know,
why y'all had me places? I don't know how y'all had me places.
All fun, so you can just have a good time. You know,
it's crazy.
We wasn't gonna let you forget. You know what I'm saying? We here, so it's like, yo, this is home. You know, so no matter where we at in the world, this.
I gotta shout out our little team. We had a little team. Me, Dre, Troy. T was sometime with it. It was me, Dre, Troy, Kimmy. Remember Kimmy?
Yeah, jumping Kimmy.
And then Alex. Remember Alex?
Yeah, workhorse.
Alex.
Workhorse.
We had and then I think we had Old Man. Old Man was forever. We used to travel with that team somewhere.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where they used to just take us to some church and everything, but we killed everybody. That little team we had. That's the block team. That's crazy. So
that's how you put it together. You put it together, and and y'all mess together, and then like you say, you become a team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody can play their part.
Jamal probably talking about the temple.
Temple.
Oh,
so you
it had them little things in the way.
You was part of that team, right?
Yeah,
that team?
No, I came with the thing, just in case. We by the west side.
But we was playing in that, right?
Yeah.
See, I play so much basketball. Let me tell you something, man. I play so much basketball.
Yeah. It was a Muslim gym.
Yep.
It was a Muslim
so me, that was what I said. Me, T, Troy, Alex, Kimmy, and Old Man Sean played in that.
Up the hill. You go up the hill.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, I know exactly.
I played so many places. I'm talking about Brandeis. We used to have to run with the Gauchos. We used to run from one place. We'd be at the LaGuardia house, and then probably got to run to them Julia Richmond or something like that to go play a game. We used to have people waiting for us, like citywide.
Yeah. We
would run off the train because we was all late or something like that, and don't even get warmed up and ready. But they would like, please don't come. Please don't come. The Gauchos, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We had a crew, man. A nice little crew, man. We grew up in basketball.
I remember, like, you used to come outside early. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
Oh my God. You used to come out early, right?
Yeah.
You know, and that's like a real hooper,
yeah.
and they got love for the game.
Yeah.
You come out with your basketball early. It don't have to be nobody out there.
Nobody outside.
Just the court.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you like right in your heaven.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so.
But remember, I used to lead the block.
Yeah.
But
that too.
Yeah, I used to lead the block. And I said Dre, I been Dre to the Gaucho gym.
Yeah.
And Carlton, but I used to lead the block.
Yeah.
And go play. I go play in Harlem. Like I said, because my Cardinal Hayes guys, they was mostly from Harlem. And the Gauchos was in Harlem. So I played in Harlem all the time with all these guys. So it was, and then I go watch the games. I go to 139th to watch the game, 145th. I didn't go to 155th to watch the games. 139th, I go to 145th, I go to back to 135.
And basically it was like you played ball like almost like every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was all about basketball. But it was all about, love, because the block made sure that I played. And they ain't bothered me, but it was all love.
We definitely was behind you like all the way, man. I mean, because like you definitely one of our top players, not only in the block, like,
and shout out Richie Adams.
Yeah.
I used to watch Rich all the time too. Yeah. Shout out Richie Adams. I used to watch him. I wanted to be like him. Yeah, Rich was, and Ricky Sobers. Remember Ricky Sobers? Yeah. They told me about it. I didn't get to see him play.
Yeah, I seen him play. Rick is different. He's different. So, we definitely had some hoopers, man, And basically, like you said, that's what really kept us out of trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I remember just being out there, like, say if I'm somewhere on the ad or whatever, and say, your house, we got a game. I'm going to stop what I'm doing because I love the game so much. I don't care what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I could be like with a shorty and all that.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop. I'm going to go play ball. That's what I love for the game. And then, as you become an adult and all of that, you look back at your time and be like, that's one of the things that kept you out of trouble.
But think about the community. The community supports you in playing ball.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But you still had to make sure you clean up the house.
Yeah.
You had to empty the garbage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure everything in the house was done straight, do your chores first. Then you go outside, but then you ain't got to come back. As long as you all right. So, yeah, it's all good, man. But I appreciate you guys talking to me, man.
I'm glad you came out, what I'm saying? Like I said, we wanted to give you your flowers.
You definitely did. Yeah, y'all always do. Yeah.
Definitely a big part of not only the neighborhood, like New York City, period, And
I was all city.
all city.
All city. 86, 87, all city.
MVP, national TV, like I said, against Georgetown. They had Dikembe Mutombo and Dave Edwards and Alonzo Mourning, and this guy right here won the MVP. And not only that, he gave the block a shout out. He said, "What up, Jackson?" on his interview, and that was big. I know a lot of ball players, and I ain't really see too much of that. So we really appreciate you.
Yeah. Always love, my brother.
Always love. Man.
Always. Appreciate
Thanks for
you.
coming out.
And appreciate, like I said, once again, Shard and T and yourself. And thank you for having me. Always go. I'll do it again.
It was our pleasure.
Talk.
We
Yeah.
definitely do it again.
Yeah.